Continuing our ongoing gem series, today we're giving you part 2 of our formerly corrupted gems who are now thriving in Little Homeworld. As always, I'll be talking about their history in the show, their design, and then turn to their real-world counterparts to see if they had any impact on the character's aesthetic or personality. Hit that subscribe button and bell, and let's talk space rocks. What's up, guys? I'm Chris Carr, and today I'm continuing our chat on the healed gems from Steven Universe. Before we dive in, I want to give a shout out to our super nerd sponsor of the day, Zachary Turner. Thanks to gems like Zachary, I get to keep talking to y'all about space rocks, so thank you so much for your support, especially while we're working remotely. It really helps. We're also excited to announce that Nerdwire is partnering with our sister brands, The Fumble and Holly Scoop, in a fundraising campaign for the Equal Justice Initiative. The EGI is an incredible nonprofit organization that provides legal aid and assistance to those who need it most. There's a link below where you can donate directly to them. I'll fill you in with more details at the end of this video. Thanks so much! Before we get to these gems, I want to give a big ol' shout out to our fan Miguel for making sure we caught all of these characters. Thanks, dude! We wouldn't be here without fans like you or our incredibly generous donors on Patreon. Let's kick things off with some honorable mentions. That is to say, a few gems that the diamonds mention, but we never see. First, we have Morganite. This gem is mentioned by name in the episode The Off Colors. Apparently, she was in charge of Rhodonite's counterparts prior to their fusion. Upon fusing, she had them replaced. It's believed by those who subscribe to crystal healing that Morganite can alleviate illnesses like heart issues and vertigo, and can help open the heart chakras to heal from fear, resentment, and anger. It's supposed to help rid you of attachments to past relationships and unresolved romantic entanglements. Maybe that's why the Morganite is so keen to move on from dealing with Rhodonite's pieces? Who's to say? Pyrite is mentioned by Blue Diamond when she asks Steven if he can remember the time he named a batch of pyrite Fool's Gold, much to the chagrin of White Diamond. While Steven can't remember moments from Pink's past, this does further display how Steven inherited his mother's playfulness. Pyrite's name comes from the Greek Pyrites lithos, meaning stone or mineral which strikes fire. In ancient Rome, it was a catch-all term for stones that could create sparks when struck against steel. Pyrite was briefly used as an ignition source in the 16th and 17th centuries in firearms. Maybe this gem would have served in the military branches of the Diamond Authority? Its shiny yellow metallic appearance led to its nickname Fool's Gold. And dollars to donuts, if you were a rock nerd like me as a kid, you grabbed a bunch every time you went to the Natural History Museum. The coloring furthers my personal theory that yellow diamond would control these gems. Pyrite is thought to increase confidence, embolden the wearer with courage, and give them focus and encourage logic. Since the stone grows in block formations, it's believed it can strengthen your own core beliefs about yourself. While strength and confidence again makes sense for my own theory, that block formation also seems to harken to military formation. But hey, call me out if you think the gem would work elsewhere. In the same episode that we hear about pyrite, we also learn from Yellow Diamond that a batch of citrine is currently being produced. Citrine is a yellow variety of quartz due to ferric impurities. The name, citrine, comes from the Latin word citrina, meaning yellow. Natural citrines are very rare, so usually what you see are things that have been chemically enhanced. This gem has been said to be a powerful energy cleanser, and, as it's believed to carry the power of the sun, can help revitalize and regenerate the wearer. So basically, this is the preferred stone of Birdman and Superman. Now, let's get to some gems we actually see in the show. We first meet the gem Orange Spodumene in her corrupted form, the worm monster. Corrupted, she basically looks like a jacked up sea cucumber and reminds me of the suckerfishes you'd get to clean your aquarium. Look at those teeny chompers! Nightmare worm! She obviously is a strong swimmer in this form and can burrow under the ground. She has a roar that can cause structural damage, and despite not having eyes, she can detect red light around her. This helps her find glowing seaweed to eat. Man, corrupted gems love them some munchies. Uncorrupted, she's a light brown interior with a shiny blue, kind of clear outer membrane encasing her, acting as her limbs and hair. Instead of having her gem up in her mouth like it was when she was corrupted, it's moved downstairs and is partially covered by her Wilma Flintstone attire. In this form, we can assume she has your standard set of gem abilities, and really, we don't know much about her personality since we rarely see her. Real spodumene is a proxine mineral that's a source of lithium, and is used in mobile phones, batteries, and more. This gem has two varieties, Hiddenite and Kunzite. Hiddenite is a pale emerald green gem, thanks to getting a touch of chromium like emeralds. Kunzite is a pink to lilac colored gemstone, with its hue coming from manganese. Kunzite, of course, is also another Sailor Moon character, the fourth and most powerful general of Queen Beryl, who formerly served Prince Endymion, whose name was changed to Malachite for the Deke English dub. That probably doesn't factor into this character, but any moment to squeeze in a Sailor Moon factoid, I am taken. These gems are known for their pleochorism, an optical phenomenon in which a substance has different colors when observed from different angles. When it comes to crystal healing, it's believed that the lithium content in hiddenite helps rid the wearer of worrisome or repetitive thoughts, and can bring mental peace and serenity. Kunzite is thought to help the wearer attract healthy romance. I'm not sure how much the real gem influenced the design of this character, aside from the idea of being a colorless gem with hues from inclusions or different perspectives, so let me know if you think there's any correlation. Let's move on to some of our remaining quartzes. In our last Uncorrupted video, we didn't get to touch on Angel Aura Quartz, the mermaid cosplayer of the quartzes. Look at this chick, looking like she's going Disney bounding as one of the Peter Pan mermaids. I dig it. Like a lot of these gems, we don't know much about her personality. We assume that she was corrupted, and she has an interest in divining the future since she joined Sapphire's class on predictions. And we know she can get pretty rowdy with her fellow quartzes. This crystal is thought by those who believe in the healing power of crystals to uplift energy and promote happiness. She definitely seems like a happy quartz. And real-life quartz is definitely sturdy and can stand up to some roughhousing. Lace Amethyst is another formerly corrupted quartz, who rocks the bold look of a one-piece bustier and booties. In the Steven Universe Future intro, we see her with a cell phone kicking it with Shep and Sadie. So we can assume she's adapting to Earth life pretty well. Like the other quartzes, she can play a bit rough, but it all comes from a fun-loving place. Her coloring 100% comes from her real-world stone, exhibiting the same gradient purple to white pattern. For more on the properties of amethysts, I highly recommend you check out our video highlighting that gem. Then there's blue lace agate, who sports 3 horns and has a color scheme much like real-world blue lace agate, which is typically a periwinkle shade of blue with white bands. This color scheme could also be based on the trans pride flag. While we spoke about agates in our video containing holly blue, this variety of agate is thought to be cooling and calming, neutralizing anger, infection, and inflammation. Supposedly, it also helps with red skin. So apparently early Nerdwire Chris needed this stone. Why was I always so red in my videos? Then we have Crazy Lace Agate, who's some sort of quartz fusion, based on her eye and nose gems. She was close friends with Bismuth prior to corruption, and is seen to be a friendly, feminine gen throughout Steven Universe who loves roller skating. Now, I personally can't look at this gem without thinking of Raggedy Ann, and I feel like this design has to be a nod to the famous doll. But maybe that's just me. In real life, Crazy Lace Agate is a banded microcrystalline quartz that's infused with aluminum and iron with a bright and complex pattern. The stone is found exclusively around Chihuahua in northern Mexico, forming in rock cavities of different types. This pattern is directly used for Crazy Lace Agate's design. I honestly wasn't sure about this gem's design until I researched the real rock. What an excellent job they did! I love the look of this now! This stone has been called the Happy Stone, and our girl certainly seems to be filled with joy. It's also associated with Mexican fiestas and dancing, so maybe that's why the character loves busting some moves in the roller rink. Moving on to Carnelian, the red defective quartz that we briefly encounter in That Will Be All. Carnelian was born in the Earth Kindergarten and deemed a dud thanks to her small stature. Like other members of the Famethyst, she's a fun-loving, enthusiastic gem who is super pumped that the crystal gem Amethyst showing up means she's no longer the shortest quartz kid. In real life, Carnelian gets its red hue from iron oxide impurities. So it looks like Sugar & Co. is using some real-world geology here. We can assume that while this quartz was cooking, some impurities altered her intended appearance. Crystal enthusiasts claim that this gem gives courage, promotes positive life choices, will protect you from resentment, and is helpful in women's health issues. While I'm not going to touch on that last one, I do think from a personality standpoint, this seems to match up with Carnelian the character. Next we have Flint and Chert. According to the Steven Universe podcast, Flint and Chert were gems that were originally going to be part of the off-colors. However, their so-called defect was that they were both pacifists, and ultimately had issues with the way the Diamond Authority was conducting themselves. So, Sugar decided to keep the off-colors a group that was bound together due to their physical defects and unlawful fusions. We see Flint and Chert when Yellow Diamond is fixing gems that she had previously experimented on. We can gather that these two are extremely close, as they're thrilled to be healed and reunited with one another. In real life, Flint is a variety of chert that occurs in chalk or limestone, and is used to make stone tools and start fires. Chert has become the generic catch-all name for any type of microcrystalline or cryptocrystalline quartz. It manifests in shades of gray, brown, light green, and rust. Flint has been thought to help rid evil spirits and bring light to the wearer. Makes sense for a fire starter. These are two gems that I really wish we got to see the powers of. Just throwing fireballs everywhere. Then there's the Heaven and Earth beetles. We first meet these beetles in their corrupted forms in the episode Giant Woman. In those corrupted forms, they look like Japanese rhinoceros beetles, sporting horns and antlers. Uncorrupted, they look identical, save their color schemes. Their design has been speculated to be based off of live insect jewelry made from living, oversized insects dating back to the Egyptians, and a fact that super grosses me out. As these two gems kiss on the cheek, hold hands, and live together, it's been assumed that the two beetles are in a romantic relationship in one another. As their full name is the geode beetles of Heaven and Earth, we can speculate that these gems are some type of geode. These are spherical rock structures lined with mineral materials. I'd love to hear specifically what you guys think these little ladies would be classified in terms of real-life mineralogy. Of course, these are just my thoughts on these gems. What I want to know is, what do you think of them? Did I miss anything important? Is there a cool fun fact I missed? Hit me with your hot takes in the comments below. Once again, I'd like to ask you to join NerdWire in our fundraiser for the Equal Justice Initiative. The Equal Justice Initiative is a nonprofit organization that provides legal representation for prisoners who may have been wrongfully convicted of crimes, for prisoners without effective representation, and others who may have been denied a fair trial. If you want to be part of the movement, there's a donation link below where you can send donations directly to the fund. Anything helps, and we're so glad that we can share this awesome opportunity to donate with you guys. If you want to learn more about the Equal Justice Initiative, you can visit their website at eji.org. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you, Space Cowboy.